What's up, guys? Casey here, and I'm going to be showing you my Rat Toolbox deck. It's a pretty good deck that I like. Pretty much there's the whole thing of the deck is all the monsters are on level 4 or lower, not including the synchros. Pretty much the whole point of this deck is getting a lot of cards out. That's what you really want, a lot of monsters out. And then another thing is removing them from play and then bringing them from remove from play pile black onto the field. Excuse me. So this is the main point of this deck. I'll show you it. Here you go. Alright, 40 cards, 2 synchros. Okay. So I will start with the monster cards first. First 3 cards. 3 giant rats. The giant rat's effect. You get them and you'll summon them face down to fence, and then if it's destroyed, take out any monster level 4 or lower. And since all the cards in this deck are level 4 or lower, you can search out any card. Usually at the beginning of the deck, I would search out Nimble. Nimble is level 2. Put him in face down defense. If he's attacked, I can bring out 2 more. That's why I have 3. And then every one destroyed, I get 1,000 life points. Next cards, Amazon Swordswoman. Amazon Swordswoman, if her effect is if your opponent, let's say, has a 4K attack monster, she has 1500. Her effect is if your opponent takes the difference of the attack. So if I can just run into big cards and commit suicide, but my opponent will take the difference. So if there's a really high attack monster, I would do that. Next up, we got Bazoo, the Soul Eater. He's pretty good because a lot of people, I can use him 2 ways. Some people use him just to attack with, because he's level 4 with 2500 if he uses effect. But I use them strategically to get cards that have been removed from play, or to remove, let me see how to say this, I'll remove cards, remove them from play on purpose, because the effect is that I can remove from play up to 3 cards in my graveyard, and then he'll gain 300 attack for each, so that'll be up to 2500 attack, so it's pretty good. But I'll remove from play cards from my graveyard that I want back, because I have these 2 cards. These 2 return from different dimension, or DDR, different dimension reincarnation. Get those confused. Pretty much this card, I can return any monster that's been returned from, or removed from play, I can return them to the field. So, pretty epic. And then, I got 3 D.D Warriors. These cards are super annoying to my opponent. Pretty much all they do, if someone attacks them after the damage is calculated, both cards get removed from play. So, another reason I can use that. Next up, Card Trooper. Just a card in here just for the attack. Mill 3 cards, he gains 500 attack for each, plus when he's killed, you get to draw a card. So, next up, I'm the hero Wildheart. He's in this deck. When he is, if your opponent has no monsters on the field and just trap cards, that's probably the best time to use him, because he can attack any, he cannot be affected by trap cards. So that's the best thing to do. Next up, Exiled Forces. Now this guy's effect, if you contribute him, and you can destroy any monster in the field. And then, Injection Fairy Lily. It just depends what you're trying to do. Her effect is pay 2k life points, and then she gains 3k attack, which most people think that's a lot of life points to pay, but with these Nimbles, your life goes up pretty high. It's about 11k first turn if you play it right. So that's why I like her. I use her effect a lot. And next up are these new cards. I mean, these are they're not even out yet. Well, obviously they're out yet, but my friend gave them to me. They're from a sneak peek pack. It's pretty sick. So I got Scrapyard, which let me just bring out any Scrap Tuner monster. And that's why I have these Scrap Tuners. You can do 2 things if you draw one. You can use this card to bring one out from your deck to your hand. So I'll get it to my hand. Alright, you can do 2 things. Alright, you can summon it, and since all my monster cards are pretty much level 4s, I can use it as a synchro for my 2 level 7 synchros. Okay. Or you can summon it, face down a fence, your opponent attacks it. Oh, his effect, your opponent cannot attack while his turn. Or, let me see. Yeah, your opponent, pretty much his card isn't destroyed till the end of the turn. So if your opponent does that, your opponent can't attack, and then at the end of the turn, okay, this guy's destroyed. So it gives you an extra turn to think stuff over if you need to. Alright, now, moving on to my spell guys. Got 2 fissures, destroy one of your opponent's monsters to load stack. 2 lightning vortexes, discard 1 card, destroy all your opponent's face-up monsters. And now Nobleman of Crossout. A couple people have asked me why they're in my deck, but see, I play a lot of people that have a lot of flip effect monsters. So I use these guys because their effect is that destroy 1 face-down defense monster, and what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, and if he's a flip effect monster, destroy all monsters with the same name in the person's deck. So that's why I like using these guys. Pretty cool. Hammer Shot, same as Fizzer, just instead of lowest attack, it's highest attack. Heavy Storm, destroy all spell and trap cards. MST, destroy 1 spell or trap card of your choice. Cold Wave, you gotta play at the beginning of your turn, and nobody can activate spell cards for the rest of the turn, or spell or trap. Pot of Avarice, take 5 monster cards out of your graveyard, add them to your deck, then draw 2 cards. Brain Control, pay 100 life points, and then you can take control of 1 of your opponent's monsters. I like doing this if I have a Scrap Goblin on the field, because I can do that, take control, and if he's level 4, I'll do that and use 1 of his monsters as synchro, so it kind of saves me a monster, which is pretty nice. Dark Core. Now, Dark Card, discard 1 card, and remove and play 1 monster. So you can also do that if you're trying to do something like, I don't know why, you could probably do it to your monster too if you were trying to do something else, like bring it back into play. I don't know why exactly you do that, but next up, Swords of Revealing Light. Puts all face-down defense monsters into face-up defense, and your opponent cannot attack for 3 turns, so that's good if you're trying to buy some time. 3 Sakuretsu, destroy the attacking monster, trap card. Return from Different Dimension. Now this is like an OTK card. If you draw it, what you gotta do, make sure you do it. If you're planning on doing an OTK, you grab it, and you have to set it for a turn, because it's a trap card. So then when your next turn comes around, you can play it. You pay half your life points and return from play and onto the field as many cards as you can, as many monster cards as you can. So if you have like 6 guys and you're removed from play pile, you can just get all those out, which is pretty sick. Next up, Torrentail Tribute. When your opponent activates or summons a monster, destroy all monsters in the field. I usually do this when I don't have any monsters in the field because, you know, I don't want to destroy mine. And this, I just got it. It's a holographic magic cylinders. I had a non-holo, but my friend gave this to me. Pretty sick. Anyway, so this pretty much, if your opponent attacks, the damage goes to his life points. So if it's like a 4K monster, flip that over, he pretty much destroys himself. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the whole Rat Toolbox deck. If you have any questions, message me, or if you have any suggestions on better cards, comment. And there'll be a link to my friend's page. He's the one who built me this deck. He knows more about Yu-Gi-Oh than I do, so ask him questions if you need it. Thanks for watching. Bye.